Welcome to the Money for Dads podcast. This is your host, Adam Katz. This podcast is for dads like you and me who want to save on everything, stretch your paycheck, and spend more time with your family. I don't want you or your spouse to be forced anymore to pick up extra shifts, take second jobs, work overtime, or sacrifice necessities just to pay your bills. I want you to be able to choose how you spend your time while giving your kids the most amazing childhoods possible. And that's why I created this podcast. Imagine yourself at the checkout counter at Best Buy, or Target, or any store, or about to hit the submit button to make a purchase and buy everything in your Amazon cart, or just the one big item. Imagine that it's something you really want and it's expensive. But also imagine that deep down, you know that you shouldn't buy it. It's either too expensive or you just really don't need it, or both. So how do you stop yourself from making this purchase? How do you stop yourself from clicking buy or swiping your credit card? Well, first, I want to tell you that it's totally possible. And that if you can build up this self-control and this thought process to be able to do it, it'll change your life and it'll change everybody's life around you. You'll help your kids learn how to spend money better and your spouse. And you'll feel better about yourself and your finances knowing that you're spending money the right way and that you have willpower that you never even realized you had or even imagined you could have. What I do when I find myself wanting to make a purchase like this is I think of myself when I see the credit card bill, having to pay that off. I think about that feeling in my stomach saying, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do that. I can't believe I have to make this payment, take money out of our checking account, this hard-earned money to pay for that. And it stops me in my tracks because I don't want that feeling. It's anxiety. It's a little bit of fear of how it's going to impact everybody, how it's going to affect my wife to have to pay that. Is she going to have to pick up a shift because of that? Right? That's not right. I'm not going to put that on my family. And then I have to look at the item in my house, on my shelf, or whatever it is, knowing that I shouldn't have bought it in the first place. So then there's guilt associated with that also. I don't want to feel that guilt, be upset about this purchase or that feeling in my stomach. I don't want that. So I think of how I'll feel in the future, and it helps me control the action that I take now. And you know what? I don't buy anything that I shouldn't buy. I think about it, and this process is now natural to me, and it's so helpful. It can also be used in reverse. Right? Sometimes it's really hard to get yourself to start something because it's such a big undertaking. But imagine how you'll feel in 2 years, 3 years, when it's done. Like, take my book, for example. I could have just said, oh, I'll just write this book. I'll write it later. Next week. Okay, next year. Or once I have a little bit more time. There's always an excuse. But you know what? I said, now's the time. Because you know when the best time to start something is? Yesterday. And the second best time? Today. And so I started writing the book. And now, years later, I can look back and say, I did it. I invested that time. It took me about 2 years or so. And it hit number 1 in 19, 20 categories. And it changed people's lives. And I'm so happy about that. I worked really hard on that book. And it's there, and it exists, and it's out in the world. But it could have been nothing. It could never have come to fruition if I didn't just start it. So this method of thinking about how you'll feel in the future will really help dictate and help you with your current actions. Will it make you feel bad? Will it make you feel good? When you look back on it, what will you feel? So use these feelings, these future feelings that you will have about your current potential action to help you choose the right path forward. And it'll help you in every single way. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. To help you get started on your journey to stretch your income, save on everything, and spend more time with your family, you should visit my website, moneyfordads.com, and download the Money for Dads Starter Kit for free. In the kit is the Money for Dad's amazing and simple budget template, which auto-calculates everything. It's so easy to use. And you'll also get my 11 money-saving tips guaranteed to change your life. They're philosophies that I use that have helped me to stretch my family's income as much as I have. So if you like this podcast, then subscribe. And if you think that it could help somebody else, a friend of yours, share it with them. I'd love to be able to help more people. And even better, which would help get the word out even more about this podcast, give it a review and a rating. I read all reviews, and I'd love to hear how the podcast helps you. So go to your favorite podcast player, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whichever one you use, and give it a review and a rating now. The more reviews that I have, the more we can share these ideas with the world, build the Money for Dads community, and help more dads spend more time with their families. Also, if you write a review, I'll probably give it a shout out on a future podcast. Thanks again for listening, and have an awesome rest of the day.